What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today I've got the VW T4 up on the ramps because I'm going to be giving it a full service. Now, if you've been watching the series, we picked up this van second half of 2023 towards the end, and we've recently done a lot of work in the back to convert it into a camper van. It's now fully carpeted, we've got a rock and roll bed, the flooring's all done. So yeah, it's getting there. It's got the basics, we can sleep in there now, but it hasn't got a sink, a fridge, and a few other bits and bobs that you would sort of associate with a camper van, but it is a work in progress. Now, saying that, one job I've been eager to get done is a full service, because mechanically I haven't done a lot on the camper yet. I've given it a full inspection at work and it looks overall pretty good, to be honest, but I would like to give it the full works because I'm not quite sure when it was last serviced. I think the last documentation I've got is 2021, 2022, so new year, we better give it a full service. So I've got my box of goodies here. Let's get them unboxed. Right, let's see what we've got. So I ordered this from OP Oils. Now, we've got our oil. So the one they recommended was this 15W40, which is what I've gone for. I've got 5 litres here, but I've also got another litre and another litre. So I'm not quite sure if it takes 7 litres or whether it takes 6 point something litres, but I will be checking that later on when I come to fill up the oil. Right, what we've got next, this is a cabin filter. This is another big filter. That's going to be the air filter. Then we've got a couple of Bosch filters, this one being the big oil filter, and we've also got a fuel filter from Bosch as well. I mean, that feels a bit chunky. This is a new sump bung. There was like 3 to choose from, so hopefully this is the right one. But yeah, I've got a new sump plug just because it's worth changing, and also I just got 2 front wipers because they're a bit juddery, and I also got 1 rear wiper. Just might as well change them while I'm doing a full service. Change the wipers as well. And luckily for us, we've got some OP Oils air fresheners. I love the smell of these. I hope they haven't changed. They're almost like a, I don't know what you'd it's sort of like a tropical smell. I really like that. That's about it. And they also give you a little funnel kit so you don't spill any oil when topping it up. There is all of these service items all lined up and ready to be fitted. Really looking forward to doing some maintenance on this T4 because, yeah, as I say, haven't been doing much on it since I purchased the van. Right, anyway, enough waffle. Let's get the under tray off and start draining the old oil out. There we go, I've now got the huge under tray off. I remember last time there was a couple of leaks on the T4. Look, it's done 200,000 miles. It's going to have a couple of leaks. So yeah, we have got a bit of oil just sitting there. So I'll clean that up before I put it back on. Under here isn't too bad. There's a couple of obvious bodges from previous owners, but yeah, it just is what it is. The crank seal is also leaking oil, which we can see just a little bit here. Just must be dripping out ever so slightly. But one of the other places it's dripping oil from is the sump bung. So yeah, very happy I've got a new one of them because it's probably just the seal that's gone on it. Now for that all important question, how much can we get on the drive? Or how much can we not get on the drive? Am I doing that the wrong way? Yes, I am. Shouldn't really need to say this, but make sure the engine's warm so it just flows better. And you get it all out, especially in these colder months. There we go. Well, that's all right. At least I had a little blanket down to sort of save us from getting any on the driveway. Lovely jubbly. Right, so I think I called that a success. It's always so much different doing it on your driveway on these ramps instead of having it on a proper 2-poster at work, but that's just all part of it, isn't it? So yeah, here is the new sump bung. Luckily it is the same as the old one, so it's got a new copper washer on the end. I'm just going to let that finish draining, which I think is pretty much done now because it's just dripping. I'm just going to whack that back in there and I'll clean it up with a bit of brake cleaner. That's the sump bung now done up, and as we look just up there we can see the oil filter. Now luckily we can get a socket on the bottom of this one. Quite a lot of them you have to get some oil filter pliers on them or something like that, but luckily, yeah, we can get the socket on the end of this. I found the socket size for it. It's quite a big one. It is a 30mm, so oh, please say it's going to fit. Yeah, it should just fit. Oh, you idiot. That's a good design. Just as I was saying how good the design was, the end snaps off. Well, I tell you what, that was very, very tight. I've done it with the pliers in the ends. I'm going to get covered in oil here. I'm right underneath it. I've got the drain bowl just there. So, yeah, it's going to be quite hard to record this, but, oh, God. Here we go. Let's get covered in oil. Oh. Well, there's no denying it's getting a little bit messy on the driveway now, but luckily none of it's actually getting on the drive. It's all on my bit of rag and in the bowl. So what I'm going to do is just lubricate the seal for the new oil filter, and then I will just be putting this on and doing it up hand tight. So next time I come to change it, I won't have all the difficulty struggling and snap the end off. Right, not that you can see it, but just got to go up here somewhere. That feels like it's going. There we go. Right, that'll do. I'll just give this area a good wipe down because I got it dirty again, and then we'll head up top and change the rest of the filters. There we go, that's the under tray now completely bolted back to the van. I gave it a quick wipe over before I reinstalled it. I've just jumped in the camper van to warm my hands up and let you guys know about this week's video sponsor, Sterling Insurance. Now at Sterling Insurance, they will insure your weird and wonderful van conversions. It doesn't matter if they're completed or still a work in progress. Just like mine and Lauren's T4, they will still cover you. They also offer agreed value, because when you put so much time, money and effort into converting these vans into campers, it's really good to know that they're covered under the full price. If you're interested and you've got a camper van, click the link in the description below and that'll take you over to their camper van policies. And I just want to give Sterling Insurance a massive thank you for sponsoring this video once again. I've just rolled the van off of the ramps and we're back down onto ground level. Now, I didn't mention this earlier, but this is the 2.4 diesel engine that I'm working on. It's the non-turbo variant. Anyway, I've just been looking on my technical data, which I use at work, and it's saying that I only need to put 5.5 litres of oil in this, even though OP Oil's recommended 7 litres, so I'm not quite sure what's happened there. I've just dropped that cap. But what I'm going to do, I'll put 5.5 in there because normally my technical data is pretty bang on, and what I'll do, put 5.5, check the dipstick, and then I'll fill accordingly. Hopefully this isn't a slow pour. Some of the vehicles I work on in my day job are slow pours and you have to put like 7 litres of oil in and it takes so long, but luckily this doesn't seem to be backing up too much, so it's not going to take me too long to get this in there. There we go, I'm just finishing topping up the oil. Put about, well, just over 500ml of the first 1 litre can in, so it's got roughly 5.5, and I'll check the dipstick when we come to start the engine. With the new oil all filled up, I'm going to draw my attention over to the air filter, which looks like it's just got some clips holding it on. Well, just one clip by the looks of it. And I've just got to try and wiggle this out, or wiggle the old air filter out. There we go. Happy days, that was easy enough, wasn't it? There we go, you can see the difference straight away. New v old. So yeah, very happy with replacing this. Just bung it back in there. There should be some other clips that clip on, so maybe I'll try and find the other clips. Maybe they've just not been hooked on when someone's changed it previously. That's the air filter now completely done. There's another little clip that I just pulled up there. That's all secured. Now, as we go over, this one's held on with just one clip as well. This van has been through some battles, and we've just got the pollen filter sitting in there. I'm not quite sure how that's meant to sit. Now here we go, same again. We've got new pollen filter versus the old one. Now I would say this is extremely dirty. I think it is quite dirty, but it could be a charcoal pollen filter that someone's previously fitted. It's meant to reduce the smell of outsides coming in. I've never really found they're much better than the standard pollen filters, but yeah, that's the old one. Here's a new one. Let's get it fitted. Right, I have got this sussed now, so there's actually some little clips at the top here. I think they are slightly broken, but it's pretty solid in there now. You got some clips on the sides here, and then I think there's meant to be some just down here, or another tab, but it is broken off by the looks of it. But I mean, it's pretty secure anyway, and this big cowling goes over the top of it anyway. Right, that's all fully fitted now. It actually slots in down the bottom and then clips on. There's one clip missing yet again. Same old story with this van really, but it's now nice and secure. Yeah, that's the best it's gonna get, guys. Now that the air filter and the pollen filter have been changed, I'm going to move my attention to the fuel filter. So this is located to the right hand side of the engine bay, and it sort of sits just above the near side front wheel arch. From what I can see, we've got one clip which holds one of the pipes in, which I'm just going to take off now. There we go, literally just looks like that. And that should pull that one off, and then the other two have got little Jubilee clips on them, so I'll get them undone now. Wonder how long since this old thing's been changed. The pipes did need a gentle bit of persuasion, but that's now out. Really easy, it literally just slotted in there. There's sort of no grooves to sort of keep it in place, so yeah, happy days, nice and easy. And just like that, here's our new shiny fuel filter. Now I have just primed this slightly, so I filled it up about 3/4 full with some fresh diesel, just because these old filters want to sort of be physically primed. They won't prime with like the ignition on. So yeah, I'm just going to get this back in place and get all the pipes attached. Well, they were fighting all the way, but I've got the pipes back on. Just going to put this big clip on first. Hopefully it'll go back on just as easily as it come off, if I can remember how it went on. There we go, new fuel filter now fully installed. Let's see if the T4 starts up. Right, we should be all right starting this up. There we go. So, started up first time. I've just got my foot on the accelerator slightly, just in case there is any little pockets of air in them fuel pipes. It'll just push all of that through. And there we go, back down to idle. Just had a quick look around for any leaks, and it's all good. Last thing I'm going to do is just pull up the dipstick and check the level. Let's have a look. Ah, bang on. Last job on the list is to fix those wipers. Got my new set. I think I've roughly measured these. They're around about 20 inches. Right, I'm just jumping back in the T4. The beauty of wireless mics. Oh, look at that. So smooth. So smooth. Let's start the engine up. There's the washers that I fixed in the previous episode as well. Lovely, silky smooth. Happy days. Just got the rear one to do now. There we go, guys. That was a full service on my 1996 VW T4, and yeah, couldn't have gone smoother than that. I know it's not the prettiest T4 out there. It does have a few extra leaks and bits and bobs to keep me busy under the bonnet, but I'm very, very happy that I've managed to do the full service today. There's a bit of peace of mind as well. Since I purchased this car from auction, it's just that one job that I've really, really wanted to do. There is another job that I really want to get ticked off of the list, which is a cam belt. That's sort of at the corner of my mind. I've got no proof that's been done. I'd like to have hoped that it's had one in its life, if not two, but I will be changing the cam belt in the next coming months as well. Me and Lauren are going to continue with the camper progress as well, because we've been looking at units, so we can finally get the back of the camper van finished and ready for all of our adventures in the summer. And one last thing, I just want to give a massive thank you to Sterling Insurance for sponsoring this week's video. Make sure you check the link in the description below. Anyway, that's about it for this video. If you did enjoy it, please give it a like, and if you like what you see, subscribe to the channel to see more. Thank you all for watching, and until the next one, I'll see you guys later.